Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio, and today I'm doing a few more of my ATCs for June. And apparently I need to shuffle my cards so I can get a totally random card. The first prompt is add a doodle. This is day 12. So I'm adding a thin coat of gesso so that I can draw on my card because it's so glossy. And then I'm using my food ball and just doing some swirls because I didn't know what else to do when it tells me to do a doodle. It's either that or a flower. Alright, so the next prompt is add a flower. So I actually found a sticker and just stuck it on. That's my flower. This card is super duper simple. This ATC. Of course, they all have been with just 3 prompts, right? It's been kind of fun. Oh, the next one was add a photo or collage. So I just decided to grab my bag of scraps and look for something in the bag and see what we come up with. Sorry, I should have edited some of the searching. I'm looking, trying to decide. There we go. So that is part of some book text. It's like a title or a chapter heading. Thought it would work. Just trim the edges, and I think I add a little ink around the edges. Oh, fixing things. Just take a brush tip marker, using that to ink around the edges. And that is day 12. See? Super simple. Okay, I had to roll some more dice, so I'm just mushing them up, hoping they come up with some different options. And this one is something metallic. So I have this, it's supposed to be some sort of shiny resist fine point thing. And I've had it sitting around forever, so I think it's separated a little bit. It's not quite as thick as it used to be, and not quite as metallic. So the next prompt was ink the edge. So there you go. Edge is inked. Okay, and this one is write words in 3 places. So I decide to take my food ball and write on some rice paper and then glue that in 3 places. So what I'm writing is what we can accomplish with just a little faith, a pencil and some paper for scrawling visions. I didn't write down who wrote that, whose quote that was, but I thought it kind of worked for this thing. And I'm just tearing them out. Because I've written it now, I've got to figure out how to fit it on my ATC. That part barely fit. I'm surprised it made it. Thought I would have cut off a portion. So there's just a little faith. So technically, I guess that would be in 4 places, but it's at least 3. So I let that dry, and now I'm just trimming all the edges again. I felt like it had lost its metallic, so I'm just rubbing a little bit of silver on the top of the bumps, which it's not as dimensional as I was thinking it would be. And then once that's dry, I'm taking my Stabilo and kind of outlining and darkening around the edges, hoping that will help things stand out. It ends up looking very busy. And so I decided to add a little bird. It needed something, and just a little bit of my teal paint. And that is day 13. All right. I don't know, I keep getting that add a flower prompt. So this time I decided to try drawing with the food ball right on top of the shiny surface, and I think it worked okay. Like the ink bleeds a little bit, like even after I let it dry for a while. But I think it worked okay. So this time I decided to use some paint to mask the background so that the pattern is on the flower. But you can see how it smears a little bit with the paint. Still, I actually kind of like this one. This is one of my more favorite ones so far, I think. I don't know, it's just different. I've been doing these trying to decide what kind of storage I'm going to use for them. Last couple of years I've made little folios that held them. I'm not sure I want to go through the effort of making a full folio. Maybe I'll create some sort of box or something. If you have any ideas for a cute little way of storing them, list it in the comments below. I'd like to know your ideas. So once it's dry, I take the pen again and clean up my lines and my flower. And that one, another prompt I've gotten a lot of, is collage with copies. I feel like I've gotten it a lot. So this is a copy of a letter blown up really big. And I'm just going to take that postmark and stick it on there. And yeah, it's going to go upside down because that's the way it will fit. It's so big it would just cover that flower completely if I put it on that side. So. The next prompt is turn your work upside down. Well, what do I want to do with it? So I decide to take a white paint marker and kind of highlight. And then I'm gonna ink the edges. And I think that is it for day 14. Just a fun little piece of art. Okay, the next one is day 15, and the first prompt was add scraps. So I have a little bag of scraps there, and I've got some book text, so I decide to make some word confetti. Can't remember who I heard say that the first time, but I really like the idea of word confetti. It's just a little tedious gluing it down. So, and I don't keep it in any kind of order, so it would be hard to tell you what the sentence said. I was gonna glue them all individually and decided just to put glue on the card itself and then just stick them on. It's something about afternoon shadows can help you determine what time it is. Like they're longer in the evening or something. I don't know. And the next prompt is add washi. So I just grabbed the one that was closest to hand, and we're going with the one with the feathers on it. And the next prompt says stamp, and I've got this scraps copy stamp sitting here, so why not just stick that on there? And I do like how this one turned out too. I mean, it's interesting. I don't know. I just love making ATC cards because they just end up so interesting, especially when you do random things like I'm doing. I hope you are enjoying these videos. If you are, let me know, leave me a thumbs up, and I want to thank you all for watching. Have a great day.